Using good eye contact to communicate that you care. Humans are highly sociable. For most of us, we feel good when we have a sense that we belong to a group that we value. In contrast, when we feel we're not accepted by people we value, we may become anxious or even depressed. We are sensitized to signals of acceptance and rejection, and such signals come in the form of non-verbal and verbal communication. One of the most important non-verbal signals is good eye contact. And while we all probably know it's important, this presentation intends to look at why good eye contact is so crucial, and what are some of the unconscious rules that distinguish good from poor eye contact. Such features are particularly relevant in the case of dementia, because good quality eye contact provides important signals to the person living with dementia, even into the late stages of the disease, when other forms of communication have been lost. Before discussing the rules of eye contact, it's worth highlighting the unique nature of human eyes, because we are the only animals to have prominent white pigment in our eyes, commonly called the whites of our eyes. The contrast between the whites and the pigmented iris allows other people to more clearly tell what we are focusing on and how long we are looking at something or someone. Many researchers have suggested that the whites versus iris contrast enhances our social skills and communication, because it plays a role in our ability to predict other people's intentions and emotions. Whether the person is friend or foe, interested or bored, thinking or not thinking, confident or not confident, attracted or not attracted, etc. Interestingly, those people who do not want their intentions known may sometimes conceal their eyes using sunglasses. In the next section, we will look at some of the rules about eye contact, which have been identified by scientists studying people in westernized societies. Here are some of the rules. When we first meet someone, it's important to establish eye contact quickly, as this is a sign of acknowledgement and basic respect. In other words, you're saying, "I value you enough to give you some attention. You're not just another object in this room." Also, when chatting to someone, it's important to maintain eye contact when we are in the roles of both speaker and listener. Good listeners are found to maintain eye contact for about 70% of the time, while the effective speaker will focus on the listener up to 50 to 60% of the time while they are talking. Another rule suggests that at the end of turn-taking conversations, it's important not to change your eye contact, look away too quickly, because it gives the impression you are not really interested or engaged in the conversation. Also, good quality eye contact involves looking into the eyes of the other person and not just at their face. Further, too much eye contact or eye contact that's too intense can be problematic. Such contact can be seen as either being over-familiar or intimidating. It's important to say that when we are interpreting eye contact, it's relevant to take account of the importance of different cultures, where there may be some pronounced customs relating to eye contact in relation to status and sex. For example, in some cultures, it may be viewed as being inappropriate for a person perceived to be of a low status to maintain eye contact with a person of higher status. Another complicating factor relates to technology, particularly the emergence of the mobile phone. Studies are emerging that the quality of eye contact with younger people has worsened since the widespread use of the phone. The phones are both a distraction and an alternative focus during conversations. So what are the implications for eye contact for people living with dementia? Firstly, and basically, when engaging with people living with dementia, it's important to employ good eye contact. Remembering that the person will be able to assess our level of attention and direction of gaze, even late into the disease. Hence, via the use of our eyes, we should acknowledge them, employ attentive and well-focused and empathic eye contact. Also, as carers, we should look into their eyes when speaking and make a good and meaningful connection. This will enable us to recognise their thoughts, understanding and feelings, and demonstrate that we respect them. Further, before engaging in intimate care, good eye contact is really important because it will help to create a sense of connection and trust. We must also be mindful of the cultural differences between ourselves and the person with dementia, particularly if the person with dementia has either poor insight or a tendency to time shift. He or she may misinterpret the eye contact as being culturally inappropriate, intimidating, or perhaps a sexual proposition. Indeed, if the person is male and perceives himself to be in his 20s, a bright smile and empathic eye contact could easily be misinterpreted as some form of romantic interest. Finally, when we are spending time with someone, we should try not to get overly distracted by looking too much at our phones or bleepers, particularly at the expense of providing good eye contact with the person living with dementia. Thank you for watching this presentation. It has been produced to highlight the importance of eye contact and try to get you to further reflect and discuss the topic with your colleagues.